Hello and welcome to this video. In this video I will show you how to create a bracelet. I will use these magic eye beads, and I will create a bracelet. And in order to make the bracelet we need tools and findings. Let's begin by talking about the findings. Here I have some findings that I will use for my bracelet. I will need some jump rings. I will need 3 jump rings. I will need 2 clamshell bead ends, and I will also need a lobster claw clasp. So jump rings, clamshell bead ends and a lobster claw clasp. I will also attach this charm at the end of my bracelet, and for this charm I will need one of these jump rings, so I need 3 jump rings. So beside the findings, I will also need the tools. I will need, of course, some thread, and I will need these tools: the big eye beading needle for the thread. Also for the thread I will need a pair of scissors, and for the jump rings and the metallic parts I will need the jump ring opener, so this ring, and also the pliers, the chain nose pliers. As you can see, the chain nose pliers have no teeth here, so they are flat so that they do not scratch the findings. And for the small items I can also use the pliers. So let's take the needle, the big eye beading needle, out of the package, and I will begin by putting a small sand bead on my needle. So the first step will be to take one of the sand beads that I have prepared here, and I will put the sand bead. As you can see, my thread was folded in 2 like this, so that I have 2 threads. This way my thread will be more resistant and will be less likely to break. I will take one of these 2 threads from my double thread, like this, and I will take my sand bead and put the sand bead on the needle, like this, and I will bring the sand bead to the end of my thread, of my double thread. As you can see, my bead is here, and I will bring the bead to the end of my thread here. Now, in order to prevent the bead from moving, I will make a knot exactly above the bead. Like this. And now I have this small bead at the end of my thread, of my double thread. Now I will take the double thread and I'll put both of the threads through my needle, and I will take my first finding, the bead cap, the clamshell bead end, and I'll put the clamshell bead end on my needle and I'll move it towards the end of my thread here. And as you can see, the clamshell bead end has stopped precisely in the bead, in my sand bead. Now I will take the pliers and close my clamshell bead end like this. I will take one of those jump rings and also the lobster claw clasp. Now I will grab the jump ring with the pliers like this, and I will take the jump ring opener. I can also use 2 pliers instead of the jump ring opener. I have opened my jump ring like this. I'll put the jump ring through the clamshell bead end like this, and I will also put the lobster claw clasp on my jump ring, and now I can close the jump ring. Like this way. And as you can see, I have attached to my clamshell bead end the jump ring, and on the jump ring I have attached the lobster claw clasp. And now I can start creating the bracelet. I will start adding my beads, putting the beads on the needle. And let's add the last 2 beads. And now, as you can see, I have added all of my beads on the bracelet. And now all we have to do is close the bracelet. So I will take another clamshell bead end, put the clamshell bead end like this on my needle and on the thread so that it stops next to my beads. Now I will remove one of those threads, and I have only one thread left on my needle. So I removed this thread and I only have one thread left on my needle. Now I will take the sand bead and put the sand bead on the needle, this way. And now I can remove my needle. And I have, as you can see, the sand bead on one of the threads, and the other thread is free. I will put the sand bead inside of the clamshell bead end, and I will create a few knots with the two threads, 1 and 2 knots. You can create more knots because anyway they will be concealed by my clamshell bead end, like this. Now I will take the scissors, cut the thread, this way, and I will close the clamshell bead end like this. And I will take the jump rings, the last 2 jump rings. I will open the jump ring this way. I will first of all take the charm, the metal charm. I will open a bit more this jump ring. I'll take the metal charm like this, and I'll put the charm on my jump ring, and I'll put the second jump ring on my first jump ring. And now I will take the jump ring and put the jump ring through my clamshell bead end, this way. Now I can close my jump ring, like this. And as you can see, at the end of my bracelet I have added the charm and also the jump ring that I will use in order to open and to close my bracelet. And now let's put the tools away and let's close the bracelet. This way, and now I have closed the bracelet, and let's see what the finished bracelet looks like. Now I have closed the bracelet, and this is what our bracelet with the metal charm looks like. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching.